Hey Defiant fans, this week on the session presented by Bell, we have Logix joining us with our fan Ashe, and we're gonna take a little focus on DPS and specifically some Ashe. Let's get started. Logix, when you play Ashe, what tank do you like to kind of give you the most space? You just like the shields?
Yeah, either Orisa or Sigma right now, I think.
Yeah.
Probably like the best and strongest bet for you.
When you queue Ashe, do you usually queue for all three roles, or?
I usually queue whenever my friends are not queuing it. And usually it's tank or healer.
Ah, okay. All your friends are little DPS mains.
All these goddamn DPS players in my
Good first game. Oh, and you get play of the game.
Yay.
That's right.
That's nice.
Put it in the thumbnail. What did you do to him here?
The big Bob, double
The
kill.
big
Boom.
Bob into the double.
A nano Bob just running into them.
Oh,
What
the
a
dragon into the shot there. Boom, boom. So now, moving on, let's check out your replay. Let's talk team comps first. Okay, so you are red team. You have a Mercy pocket this game. So, Logix, when do you play Ashe differently depending whether you have a Mercy pocket or not? Like, do you look for different angles?
When you have a Mercy on your team, it allows you to take the duels more cocky, I would say. You know, obviously when you take a little bit of chip damage, taking a DPS duel, more often than not, you have to back out of that duel. Mercy gives you the power. Not only if you die, you can, get a second life there, but especially in the duel, if she's damage boosting you, you get that upper hand.
When do you go on like flank angles as Ashe? Like when do you take off angles versus like staying behind your Orisa shield?
If you're able to create an off angle, so if you take a different approach to the fight, maybe go to the left side, to the right side. On this side, it's going to be a little bit harder, but generally you'll get a different angle, like a different approach to the fight, and you'll be able to deal out a lot more damage.
Off angles are generally stronger on DPSs, and especially with a Mercy pocket, it'll be good. But the enemy team is running Sigma, Hog. Yeah, this is about as solo queue as it gets.
So I think it's like pretty important, especially in lower elos. I think like meta or what is considered strong doesn't always get played, So you won't always get like the most optimized comps, but I think still it's important to try and figure out, what you can expect from the enemy team. I think here you see they have a Reaper and a Roadhog, two characters that generally prefer to like look for a flank on you, like take the sneaky attack, Remember 15 seconds after round starts, so 3:45. You get to see the enemy team comp. If there's a character you don't see, just keep an eye out for them and try and find them.
Just farming it off Roadhog. I think you headshot him so many times. Yeah, he's just walking. Oh, nice shots onto the Reaper. Okay. You have Bob. That's send it right in. Hey.
Instantly, you see you have an alt advantage. You use your Bob.
So far, so good. It gives your team the confidence to initiate.
Gives them the extra hints for like, hey guys, I have something that helps you push up here.
Yep.
Press W a little bit. So that was a really good Bob.
How do you approach a Widowmaker when you're on Ashe?
Honestly, I'll never blame a DPS for a little bit of a cocky peek, You can definitely try and take that duel, but yeah, see, I think in both the scenarios here, you're often like really outranged. The ways you're taking the fight isn't necessarily the worst right now, the way that I'm looking at it, but you're always a little bit out of one-shot range. So let's say if you would hit the headshot, even with a Mercy pocket, she would always live with 1 HP, the fights you're taking. So that makes it kind of tricky to a point where you should probably try and get a little bit closer. You're more often doing a lot better or more servant job to your team if you just poke out their tanks and create pressure that way.
Yeah, one of the jobs is DPS to recognize like, the context of the fight. And like Logix said, you've seen their Reaper has been flanking your team and you just see the enemy Reaper killing your team on the kill feed the past like 3 fights. So it's good, especially now that you switched to McCree, to recognize that. Yeah, that Reaper is just getting kills and kills and kills right now.
Yeah.
So because of what that Reaper did, I believe in this round I took note and I switched to Soldier.
I guess for me personally, the way I would look at it is your team is really struggling with dealing with the Reaper coming from behind already. Having that extra little bit of CC, card control with your flashbang, I think would greatly benefit you. Basically stop his momentum with McCree more so than Soldier, I think.
Okay, you heard him teleport? That's good. Nice. Keep an eye on him. That's good. That's your job. There you go. Nice.
This is already a really good change-up. Like, the moment you start defense, you realize that on attack he was like really giving you guys a hard time, and you instantly start marking him. That's a really good change-up.
That's one of the biggest keys about winning ranked game is adjustment to the game. Like, I think a lot of people have issues climbing is when they like only have one play style and they don't know how to adapt and adjust because each game will be different players, different flankers.
Always keep thinking in your head like, what can I do different? What can I change here? Can I help my supports have more if they're getting dove? Do my tanks need more damage on the shields for the enemy team? So it's a good thing that you keep challenging yourself and keep thinking about the game like that.
Now, Logic, in this situation, would you play on the super high ground and poke from there, or is this spot decent? Like, I think it's all right here, but do you prefer the
I think this is
high ground
okay,
castle?
but I would prefer the actual high ground, like the full-on high ground.
Yeah.
Partly because of this, when you're up high, it's way harder to hit you.
Yeah.
But as you see, the fire came to your left side there. Yeah, so typically, here you still have a roof above your head, so the fire can definitely still surprise you if she goes from like the left side flank. So I would typically play on the highest ground here, especially because there's different platforms you can rotate on that allow you for more vision as well. Like this is really good, you're looking around, trying to look for someone that's isolated, doing really good damage here. Like look at where the Rhine has to look now.
Yeah, see, like, yeah, I don't know if I would have sprinted down. I think you could have just stayed up there the whole time.
Hiding behind your Zarya bubble. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, great boop. You killed the Moira ultimate.
Nice.
Okay, alright. Clean up the Rhine here.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
That was a weird interaction with Shard.
Yeah, the charge into the Helix. Nice win. But yeah, I think the only thing there was like not compromising your high ground position. I see this a lot where a lot of players, like, they have good position, but they'll like suddenly drop down. I see it a lot with McCree's and soldiers.
You're standing on the high ground here and you see your entire team in main. The Reinhardt already has to look at you and create like a really awkward shield angle for himself here. If you don't jump off here and you just hold this angle, because they're in overtime, right? They have to stay on the point here. It will make it really, really awkward.
Yeah, we can watch the other replay. There's not much we can do in a custom game in this particular instance, so we'll do a focus on that for this version of the session presented by Bell. Like, the FPS skills are there, your aim is there. Just about the angles and understanding what's your threat. It's just the game sense stuff. So just like Logix said, just put in the hours, get more familiar with the Overwatch heroes, the interactions. I think the biggest thing was just the positioning, the angles you take. Like, the aim is there. It's just those parts, those macro parts, the decision making, the angles, what you have to be aware of, the flankers. Those are the things that are going to hold you back. And obviously playtime. I really think if you put the hours, you could get into, like, I wouldn't even say gold. You could probably jump all the way to plat, like a full 1000 SR jump.
I mean, your dynamites are good, like they're landing, they're doing a bunch of damage. I think this replay in itself is fine. Obviously, it's a shame they had a lever, but other than that, you're playing it well. Like instantly, the soldier was high ground, you started marking him. You dodged the Reinhardt pin, a little bit suicidal for him, but either way, he didn't die to that. I think in general, this is something that you can take away with every role, not just DPS, but when you're playing, actively keep thinking about what your character, his strengths are versus the enemy team comp. Like actively challenge yourself to find like the best pick, or even if you want to stick to one hero, one that you say, like I only want to play Soldier tonight, or I only want to play McCree tonight. Try and find the optimal way to play that. Again, if they have a Reaper, if they have a flanking character, look more behind you. If they have double shield, try and look for more alpha angles.
Yeah, and hopefully you found those replay tips and our little breakdown useful for you. Thanks for watching this session presented by Bell. I hope you guys learned a little bit about Ashe and other DPSs and how to approach the damage category. Make sure to subscribe and watch more of the episodes.